All right, are we recording?
Yep, we
Is
are
the podcast
live.
happening right now?
Yes, right now.
Sweet.
We are
We-
live
Yeah.
Yes, we
in
are
the
in the
teacher's
building.
lounge.
In the
Yes.
teacher's lounge, dude, and
In
we're
the teacher's lounge.
about to not be in the teacher's lounge for a couple. Well, we have one more
Yeah.
episode after this, but after
Next
a couple
week.
weeks,
Yeah.
we're actually not going to
Mhm.
be in here anymore. Well, we are, but we're having
Right.
winter break,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is
It's gonna be. I can't wait. I'm looking
Dude.
forward to it.
same.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were actually talking earlier
Yeah.
how these next couple weeks, it's easy street for me, but it's
Yeah.
not for you.
No, it's stressful because we got a big production coming up for the live theater show.
Mm.
So it's really hard to get the kids kind of focused, knowing that they're going to be performing next week, and also too is also not just the kids, it's also the instructors working with each other. You experienced that before with
Yeah,
working
dude,
with
we used
other
to work
teachers.
together.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes some teachers do things that's kind of awkwardly dumb, and then some teachers get mad at each other. So that's a whole different thing too, because the teachers got to work together.
They do, dude.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah,
And
they
there's a
don't
lot
work
of
together.
egos even
Yeah.
amongst like teachers, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because it's like, how like sometimes there's like the little league dad that like
Mhm.
screams at his son
Yeah.
because he's like, it's a reflection of him, and
Yeah,
his
yeah,
son
yeah.
strikes out. And he's like, dude, we used to have a little league coach that he would ground his son when he struck out. He'd be like, "You're grounded."
Ready? Sit down right now.
So it's like, I just
that-
bring that up to say that like I think
Yeah.
teachers have egos, but
No,
Yeah.
teachers have the biggest egos, so it's super tough.
yeah.
And just trying to get them just to just be positive and just know they got the bigger goal. It's for the kids. It's not about them.
It's not about you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not about them. It's for the kids.
You need to say that to everybody in
The
LA.
fact that
It's
you
not
have to
about you.
remind adults, hey, this
Exactly.
is about
It's not
the
about
kids,
you.
not
Exactly.
you.
I wanted to do this. I'm like, no, you want to do that, but what's best for the kids? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's the biggest thing I'm going through. But at the end, it just comes together real big at the end, which is like next Saturday, December 14th. If y'all want to come out,
I'll try to come, dude.
Opak Theater. It's kind of far.
Actually, no. Saturday, the
Yeah.
14th, I have something going on.
Yeah, super far.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to come, it's going to be, a dope show. All kids that y'all work with,
Yeah. So did you coach one of the groups of kids? Did you actually coach one of their plays? Did you direct it? One of them?
Yeah, I'm
You're
directing
overseeing everything.
all of it. Yeah, I'm producing all of it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's 5 plays that's happening, and I'm overseeing everything. So it's a lot of pressure.
So if you're doing 5 plays,
Mhm.
is there a theme running through all of them? Or
Well, each of them, they have their own play. We're doing Alice in the Wonderland.
Oh, I'm doing that. I'm directing Alice in Wonderland next
really?
semester. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
tight.
need to talk to you about that.
Okay, let's do it.
After
I got the whole script.
Okay.
We're doing Alice in the Wonderland, The Greatest Showman, Willy Wonka, Wizard of Oz, and Kanto.
How are the kids like whenever
This is
they're
great.
acting?
Yeah.
Are
I
they
love it.
just talking into the void like, "Hello, I was at the store the other day and I saw my," or do they actually have like emotion?
They're in it. They're
They're
in
in
it.
it.
They have
That's
emotion.
awesome.
They know their beats. They know where to put themselves on stage. They're ready. They're ready. It's like the greatest thing to see because some kids didn't have confidence at the beginning.
Mhm.
Now, from let's say August to now, they're super confident right now.
Which is cool to see, dude, because I feel like at that age, you
Mm-hmm.
can actually direct kids a little bit more. In middle
Yeah.
school, it's like the clay has become like a little hardened and it's
Yeah.
like harder to like
Yeah.
fashion it.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because
I-
it's like middle schoolers, they're not as impressionable. They're
Nah.
at that age to where like they're leading the prison riot.
I-
You know what I
especially
mean?
7th and 8th grade.
yeah,
The
sixth grade, you
sixth
could-
graders are still
yeah.
kind of toddlers.
Yep.
yeah.
You know,
I
yeah.
think 7th, 8th graders. I think they're too cool sometimes. That's that cool.
And it's like you're
thing.
not, dude. You're still getting dropped
Yeah.
off at school. You're still riding the
Yeah.
bus. Like you still eat
Your mom picked you
shitty
up.
food.
Yeah,
You still
absolutely.
like your whole food guide pyramid is 7-Eleven.
facts.
Like
facts.
you have
Yeah.
no reason to be.
No.
That's so funny, dude. You're the most arrogant in 7th or 8th grade, and you
They're
have
super
literally
arrogant.
zero.
And you
reason.
contribute nothing to the world.
nothing.
nothing, nothing, and they're so arrogant. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
it's so great, and they're so mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's the age to where like how like people do the really offensive like "Duh" thing.
Yeah.
Like it's 7th and 8th graders that do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
7th, 8th graders don't care about you at all.
No, they actually hate you.
They hate you.
Mhm.
They hate you. What grade you guys are working
We're
with?
6th through 8th.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Y'all got the really cool kids.
So I mostly
Yeah.
work with 7th grade.
Okay.
I have 2 6th grade classes.
Okay.
I love those kids. Every
6th
time.
graders?
Oh my God.
Dude, 6th
Every-
graders are cute.
They're the
They
best.
walk in, the high fives.
They're cool. They're cool.
Right. I
Yeah.
even give them some
Yeah.
free time at the end.
Yeah.
I can give, you know why I
Yeah.
can give it? Because they can handle it. I can't give a single group of the 7th graders, any of
Yeah.
those classes, an ounce or like a minute of free time
Wow,
because
they go
no
crazy.
chaos.
They go crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, today I made like there's like a contraband of food
Okay.
in my thing. Like I've become like so accustomed, like a PTSD person that like hears like a pin drop and you're like, what was that? Like if I hear like a chip crunch,
You losing your mind.
I'm automatically like somebody with PTSD. I perk up and then my eyes, it's like Terminator. I find it, I'm like, and I'm like, there it is.
Yeah.
And I will take it away. And then I'm always like, so they stopped finally bringing food into my class. And today, one of the sixth graders, because sixth graders,
But do you tell them do not eat in my classroom?
all the time,
And they
all the time,
still
and
do.
they'll still do it, and they're not good at it.
Yeah.
You know those old cartoons of somebody walking with like a palm branch in front of them,
Yeah.
and then it's like obviously like their big figure is like on the outside.
Yeah.
It's like that. There was a girl the other day. She put a backpack in front of her face, and then I just heard like,
Oh my god!
and I like went and I just lifted her backpack up.
Did everybody saw it?
Yeah, and she's like, I'm sorry, and I'm like, you have Takis on the corner of your cheeks right here. Like, of course, like
I see you. Yeah,
I
you go
heard
dumb.
you.
Yeah,
I heard you. So it's like, but today my point is that there's contraband of food. There's no food in there, and there was a girl that somehow spilled milk all over the floor, and I was like, where did this even come from?
Wow.
And it was like they're like, oh, he's in the closet. I was like, why was there milk in the closet?
Okay.
And so I just made them clean it up and like mop it, and they acted like I was mean.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not cleaning it up, so you're gonna clean it up.
Do you guys have repercussions? Like when a student don't listen, do you have things you do to them or make them?
I give him detention. This guy's really good at that because he's the one who helped me.
I bet you the pro. What do
If
you
I
do?
if I have to take anything, you can pick it up the following morning before school starts. I don't care what it is. And you're not getting it back that day. You're just not.
So how do you take it? You take the donuts, chips, you just wrap it up and just put it in the drawers or something?
Like I'll take the Takis and I roll it up like a bag of weed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like back in the day.
Yeah.
Like a swisher.
I would put saliva on it. You want this back, get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll even tape it.
Yeah.
To show them, that it's going to stay fresh.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only thing that I will give back at the end of the day is a cell phone. That's different.
Yeah, because they need their cell phone. They need that. Yeah, but you have to. The parents be mad at you. The parents be pissed.
Dude, the parents,
it's the cell phone.
The parents are extensions of the kids, and it's so
absolutely
it's so frustrating.
Yeah,
like I have this kid in my class that terrorized my class, and he looks like John Goodman.
Okay,
you know John Goodman, right? Like like Dan from Roseanne, and the kid is like huge. He's a sixth grader.
Wow,
but his dude, he's almost as tall as you.
Wow.
So but imagine somebody with a ton of energy sprinting like that's one of your guys' height. You know what I mean? And so his parents they look exactly like him, and it's just weird because you can see that like in their eyes they're a little kind of grown up, but not really. Like so these kids that are causing all these problems, it's like their parents are like
messed up.
extensions of them too. Yeah,
I agree.
Which is all that to say that's why they give us, I feel like, such long winter breaks and like summer breaks. I mean, it really is the perks of being a teacher coming up on winter break.
Because you get you get amnesia.
You forget and you start to miss them in a weird way.
Like an abusive relationship.
100%. You're like,
it's just so hard to leave.
It's so hard to leave, even though they like sprayed hot sauce in my eyes and like made my life awful for a week. Yeah, you start to miss the kids.
What is it that you miss? Is the energy, or it takes your mind away from what you're going through? Like, what do you miss? Is it fun? Do you love?
It could be all the above.
Yeah.
I think. But it's like you get to know these kids, and like the whole phrase, like when you have a friend and everybody's like, he's an asshole, but he's our asshole. So you get to know all these kids, and you develop kind of a fond feeling for them, even the ones that cause problems, because you're with them every day for a year, so it could be I'm going through something and working with kids takes my mind off of it, or it could be that it's just you just develop a bond with them because you're around them all the time. So
And
it's kind of crazy.
they open up to you. They tell you anything.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
sometimes tell you stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah.
I'll share something today that I overheard.
Oh,
Do you guys want to hear it?
Go for it.
Yeah,
Let's hear
yeah.
it.
Oh my God. I was like, this kid knows too much about his mom's personal life.
I'm already laughing.
Because it actually, he turns to another kid and he goes, my dad owes $90,000 in child support.
Wow.
I was like, oh no. Like, because to even know, like a kid shouldn't even know what's
agree.
going
No, of course
on.
not. A kid should be a kid. They shouldn't be thinking about
I
that
agree.
shit.
But he was talking about he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, my mom's drama. And then just that. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you look at it, you're like, $90,000. That's a ton of money.
That's a lot of money.
Mhm. I mean, what does his dad do? I
Who
mean,
knows?
Probably a lawyer or something.
At my school, probably not.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's probably
yeah.
years of child support. That's
back
probably-
maybe he's like
yeah.
84 or something.
Exactly.
It's all his gas station money attended.
I feel like parents nowadays just tell their kids too much stuff. Their kids end up being their friend, and they tell their kids everything, and which sucks. There's some things you should just hide from your kid.
Because you're not their buddy.
Absolutely.
You have to be that. It's like that fine balance between like being like the cool, but you're not their buddy.
Absolutely.
And if you treat kids like you're their buddy, they will not respect you because it's like they're subconsciously
I
wired
agree.
to look for a leader. And if you do not lead them,
Yeah.
they will not respect you.
I agree because the kids just start thinking on their own now because they know everything about their parents. I mean, if you tell your kid everything, every bad thing, what does the kid have to look up to? Nothing. But problems. And
What do you think is the
kid's
balance
mind.
though between hiding stuff and giving kids an unrealistic expectation of what it means to be an adult, and then you ultimately, the whole phrase, don't meet your heroes?
Mm,
Because it's like, if you meet your heroes,
you'll be disappointed.
you'll be disappointed. So it's like, it's like a weird balance because you don't want to tell them everything.
Yeah, but I mean, here's
I
a positive thing. You ready? I'm thinking about like sharing too much with the kids or them seeing too much. Do you argue as a couple? Do you argue in front of your kids, or do you just go, "Hey, we go to the bedroom to talk"? Do you know? I know that's
that depends on the families and stuff, but some people have crazy arguments in front of the kids. And kids watch the
right.
whole
It's
thing.
like, daddy
I grew up
suplexed
watching-
mommy.
Yeah, I watched everything growing up as a kid.
Did you?
Yeah, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? And I held on to that for a long time. But I feel like even as a regular argument, you should walk away from your kid. Your kid should not hear it. I'm not a parent. Yeah. I'm not a pro because I'm not a parent yet. But I just think I wouldn't want to do anything in front of my kid.
Well, because I think that the kids just learn what's acceptable and unacceptable.
Absolutely.
Subconsciously. So if they actually see, when moms and dads have an argument, they just go into the bedroom or whatever it is, or dad's office or whatever. They talk it out. They always come out calm.
Yeah, because they had sex.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, he choked her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, they do like weird primal grunting sounds. I think they're pretending to be cavemen.
But if they see that, then they're going to grow up thinking it's going to be abnormal if they're dating someone and that person wants to argue in public. They're going to be like, no, this is not a positive thing. So they'll look for people that will also do the same.
What about actually, have you guys had examples of that growing up?
Yeah. So my parents, they never argued in front of me.
Never.
Ever. And my parents, that doesn't mean that everything was perfect, but that's something that they did. They did not argue in front of me. And that sounds really good, right?
Yeah.
But I remember whenever I would get into a serious relationship and I used to argue, I'd be like, this isn't normal. And then
what am I
like
doing?
women would always like,
weird.
what?
Yeah.
And it's like men and women argue.
Absolutely.
Because we're fundamentally different. And that's what attracts men and women to each other. And that's also why it's hard to get along sometimes, because it's like, it's yin and yang, positive and negative, like with the battery charge and stuff. But it's like, at the same time, I wish my parents would have demonstrated like effective argument. Now I feel like I'm learning that.
But were they affectionate in front of you though? Well, I
Yeah,
love you, baby.
yeah,
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
yeah,
Well, at least you got that though.
yeah,
Because
100%,
some
dude,
families don't, they're not
100%.
affectionate at all. Like,
No, my
did
parents
they say
still
they
went on
love you all the,
dates
did they
and
say you love
everything.
you all the time? I love you, Matt. Da, da, da. Love you, little dude. Just, put you in a headlock, anything like that.
It was, dude, I had good parents, but yeah, there was I always felt like I needed more affection
Mm-hmm.
as a kid,
Yeah.
but it's like I don't want to focus on. Here's the thing, at the end of the day, no matter what, you are going to screw up your kids in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Everybody is. You could literally be the world's greatest dad, the world's greatest mom, but it's impossible to not do shitty things as a parent because you are just a human.
And how about
And
this?
it's the only thing you can read all the
Yeah.
instructional manuals, have great parents. You have to learn as you go, and you have
You
to
always keep
just have
learning.
good instincts.
And also on top of it, you never know, like your kid could be different just in general, like than
He
how
could be a
you were
weirdo.
as yeah.
Yeah, I was a weirdo, dude.
Yeah.
We probably all were.
Boy.
Yeah, my sister's a weirdo.
What are
You
you
were too,
doing?
probably.
I was just bad.
Yeah.
I was bad. They probably think I'm a weirdo. They're probably like, yeah, Zoe's the weirdo.
Yeah.
But yeah. You know what? I never got a lot of love growing up. My family's weird. They never said I love you until like I told my grandma I loved her 6 years ago. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Damn, mama, that's what you're supposed to do. Say I love you."
Mhm.
But my family never really said love a lot. They show love, but they never just say they love you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just something that I can't just put my fingers on it. I just think it's maybe how they was raised. It's a transitional thing, later on in life, but they never said they love me. And I started telling everybody I love them. And they thought I was crazy for a long time. I love you. I love you. What the fuck wrong with you? What the fuck wrong with you? I told my cousin I love him locked up in jail. He hung up the phone. I'm like, cuz, you locked up. I love you. Click. Like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? But now it's better. But I would say like maybe 7 years ago, they never say I love you. It's better now.
Yeah, I remember hugging my dad, and he'd all right now, okay, that's what my dad would be, okay, and then he would have to, and I'd hug my mom, and like my mom would be like, okay, and then like my mom would be like, your wife would like that someday, and I'm like, I'm not trying to wife my mom, it's like, so yeah, there was that thing, and I think now I'm very touchy feely,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I think that's probably part of it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
We're more expressive. What about you? Are you
yeah, my mom, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
We always had the I love you thing. It was so much just straight up unconditional love from my mom. I'm pretty sure now my dad died when I was 15. I'm pretty sure at some point my dad said, I love you.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Like maybe when I was like a little kid or something like that.
For sure.
The closest that my dad ever got to saying I love you was he would say, I'm proud of you. And it was almost like, I think he's trying to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like his face starts morphing. It's like, are you having a stroke? It's like, no, he's just trying to say, I love you.
Yeah, then I would turn to my brother Chad and be like, did dad ever say he's proud of you? No, because you're a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's true.
I mean, it's like, I definitely didn't have the thing that I appreciated about my parents was my dad was really tough on me. Really, really tough on me. And my mom was really sweet to me.
You're the only child, right?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
I didn't know that.
I got a sister. My sister did everything perfect, and then I was
Older or younger?
Older.
I never.
And then I was the one that was kind of like came out with, like.
I was for a long time. I thought you was the only child.
No, dude.
Really?
No,
I never knew that. Okay.
No.
That's new to me. That's
Definitely
great.
not.
Now you know you have only child
syndrome.
Energy.
Only child energy.
Are you the only child?
No, I got a younger brother.
Younger brother? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I got a lot of assemblies. My dad was a player.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
My dad, he put it everywhere. I just found out I had a brother like 2 years ago, like a brother I never knew I had.
He put the cake mix in every cake.
Yeah. My brother, my dad is bad. My dad.
Do you talk to him?
Yeah. I told him my dad. My dad is one of the dudes like I would introduce him to my girlfriend, and then
And then he'd be like,
he'll follow them on Instagram.
he likes 17 of her photos.
Yes. She's like, your dad just followed me. I'm like, why?
He liked 71 photos at 2 a.m. in the morning.
He would do that. He'd be asking her, is she okay? I'm like, Dad, you ask her, is she okay? Of course she's okay. You know what I'm saying? My dad is bad. Yeah.
I'm just concerned.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm very concerned. I need to fly out there, so.
Yes. Yeah, I had a stalker just was following me one day, and I told her I didn't want to deal with her, so she followed my dad on Facebook. And
She's crazy.
yeah, she's
She's
crazy.
somebody who's just trying to cause drama in your life.
Absolutely. And my dad told her, like, I didn't raise my son like that. I'm like, Dad, she's crazy. Like, she's really crazy. I didn't raise my son to be like that. And yeah, so he's doing it because he's trying to flirt with her. That's what I'm trying to say. My dad is a big flirt. He looks really good for his age. He got money, and he's just a butt.
He's just out there.
Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah,
just
you
out
know
there.
what's
Your
funny
dad's
that you
making his
say that,
presence
like
known.
being a flirt. When I was a kid, I wasn't really processing it as a kid, but everywhere we went with my dad, if it was just my dad and my brother,
Yeah.
right? He always made women laugh.
Yeah. See?
Every cashier, he was very dry and sarcastic. And I'm like, oh, he was just keeping the blade sharp.
Yeah.
Do you
he
know,
was
just in
keeping the
case,
sword.
hey, if this marriage and these two kids don't work out, I'm back in the game.
I'm coming up.
Yeah, he knows he's been doing his push-ups and his sit-ups. You know what I mean? He's not like, he doesn't have the flabby marriage. Dude, it's funny. My dad, his nickname was Killer.
Killer? Wow.
Like, and I was like, I never knew what it meant. I was like,
Killer
I just
Jones.
I didn't know why.
Uh-huh.
Like they called him that. And it was like, because my dad is like, you know, my dad was a really good looking guy
Yeah.
when he was like younger. And my dad was like very ethnically ambiguous.
Okay.
You know, like my dad now he like changed, but dude, if you see my dad like in the 80s,
Yeah.
he's got like dictator face. Like he looks like Saddam Hussein.
Really?
Yeah, like he looked like a buff Saddam Hussein.
Really?
Yeah.
That is funny.
David Hasselhoff's body, Saddam Hussein's face.
That's funny.
You know?
You gotta show me a picture of your dad.
I will.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
But yeah, I think kind of going back to, you know, parents and everything, it's a crazy responsibility that we have with kids, because it's like we really can change kids' lives, or we could like screw them up. You know what I mean? Like probably not as much as
we do have that
parents,
power.
but
Absolutely.
you do have the moment to have like a pivotal thing in someone's life. Like I was talking to another teacher the other day, and I was saying that this kid, I asked him, he's like, I don't know what to write. And then I was like, okay, well, what do you like? And he just looked at me and he's like, I don't know. Okay, what's your favorite food? And then he was like, and then I was telling my teacher, I was like, dude, I'm trying to get this kid to just tell me what he likes. He's like, dude, maybe nobody's ever asked him that before. And
that's a good question.
I was like,
that's crazy. That's dope.
You know, he's like, no, maybe nobody's ever asked him, like, what's your favorite thing that you really love doing? And it was like, I don't know, maybe somebody has, but you know, it's one of those things to where sometimes you really don't know how you can turn the trajectory of like a kid's life.
Also it's a way of interacting, right? So one of the things that they notice is that in families that don't have, let's say, a big formal education, right? They're going to use less words in the house. They're going to ask less questions, right? So one of the things I guess you'd call him my ex-stepbrother-in-law, which is a weird way of saying, but he did a thing with his kid where he calls it the 3 scoops of the day. Because look, kid comes in, how was your day? Good. And the kid just walks away. Nope. You got to tell me 3 things that happened at school, right? And expand upon it. Think of what you're doing and developing in a child at a young age.
You said mine.
Right?
Yeah, to think.
Instead of a kid now coming home, it was fun. It was all right.
Done.
You're not developing anything.
That's true.
You know? So it's like little things like that you can do. And then kids, like you said, that they may not even have that interaction or like real communication or conversation sometimes that's going on just because people are operating on a different level.
100%.
You know what? You know what I noticed with the theater kids? Like I would give a compliment to a kid, like you're really good. Like, do you understand how really good you are? And the kid would like, do you understand how good you are?
Sometimes it makes them uncomfortable because they don't know how to receive something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you give a kid a compliment and they almost like, get me the hell out of here.
Absolutely. It's the weirdest thing in the world. And I'd be like trying to give kids motivation, and eventually it kicks in their mind, and then they come back for more validation. What do you think about this? You like this? You like this? Like this? But when you initially tell them that and they never had it before around their family and stuff like that, it's the weirdest response ever because they don't get it at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as a parent, you should always, just tell your kid how good they're doing. You know
And
what I'm saying?
reward positive
Validation.
things.
Behavior. Yeah, you
Validation.
reinforce positive behavior.
Yeah,
There's a
validation.
thing at our school called caught being good.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if
yeah.
that's all schools or
A
whatever.
lot of schools have
But there's
tried.
there's a
Yeah.
thing to where it's like you don't overtly reward somebody when somebody is like
Yeah.
doing something public, you know what I mean? Because it's like social media rewards all kinds of stupid, false virtue. But like if a kid is doing something and then nobody's like watching, and then that an adult sees it, it's like, oh, they were caught being good, and then they like applaud them and give them like some kind of an award, and it reinforces that behavior. But
I
there
agree.
was a
You have
kid.
to.
There's a kid. I love this kid. He's an 8th grader. And he's the one who I told you about that called himself a Sigma male.
That's
And I'm
funny.
like, dude, your mom drops you off at school.
Uh,
But he's like, he basically is just that kid that kind of does the right thing. He gets in trouble sometimes because he gets in fights, but he sticks up for other kids. And so I really like this kid a lot. And we were doing scenes, and behind the curtain, there was like a bunch of bags for like homeless kids, right? Or like homeless families. There was like a bunch of like groceries and stuff like that. And one of the kids was looking through it. I was like across the room, and I heard him say, he's like, hey dude, he's like, don't you touch that. And then he was like, that's for homeless kids. And then like just the fact that
love
he
that.
checked that kid
I love that.
made me be like, dude, that kid is my favorite student in the whole
Yeah.
school, because he's just, you can tell he's had a rough life because he's so mature for his age,
Absolutely.
that I'm like, he's seen stuff he shouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
You know?
But you know what? I think kids like that become very successful later on in life.
They do,
though.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Because they learn it
100%.
early.
Yeah.
I think the kids that have to grow up early end up being better in life sometimes.
I think so, too.
Or it can be
Or it can
opposite,
backfire.
Or it could backfire too.
Yeah, it just depends.
Depending who you're around at the same time.
It's your friendship, it's genetics,
surroundings.
It's a bunch of things, I think.
It's your surroundings too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting though, because it's like those are the things that make the whole thing worth it.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I'm still so excited that we get a break. How long is your break? I know we have the same break. We both go back because we're LAUSD.
No, same break as you guys.
You guys go back on like the 6th or something?
Yep.
Dude, but it's like we were talking about this earlier.
Need to.
It's 3 weeks and it's awesome, but when you're an adult, it feels like that. Like it's too quick. Like I'm already kind of sad. I get like a little bit of pre-depression because I know that it's going to end so quick. You know what I mean? And when you're a kid, it's like 3 weeks is a lifetime. Like, dude, I feel like I
have fun
I fit
the whole
like
time. Yeah.
3 world trips in 3 weeks. Like I felt like I experienced the world whenever I was a kid.
When I was younger, it's the best.
Yeah, you
ever.
play paintball.
All you do is playing.
Go to the woods.
Video games.
You play video games, and every day felt like it had so much packed into it.
Absolutely.
And then as an adult, it's like so easy to just kind of like squander your time.
Yeah, I've spent time thinking about why that happens.
Why your perception is different of time?
Yeah, I think it's 2 things. Number 1, when you're a kid, everything is new. Right?
Up until what age do you think?
I would say starting to get into like high school. I'm talking like as a kid.
Even in high school, I feel like it still feels new.
I mean, obviously, like, but because it's new, you take the time, you're not even realizing, to explore things. That gets you fully in the moment. When you're fully in the moment, that's when time ceases to almost exist.
Absolutely.
Also, as adults, how many hours do we spend thinking about things that don't matter? Kids don't do that.
They're
thinking more about playing.
Yeah.
Right.
But kids are always in the moment.
Yeah.
We think about bills. We think about like we
5 years from now.
Exactly.
Dude, bills ruin your life.
Yes.
And in a sense, because you're thinking about it, and you know you shouldn't be thinking about it. But it's like that's why like you're almost like
my mom just always tell me, don't rush to get older because you got to pay bills. I'm like, I'm ready for it. And then you get bills, you're like, oh, this is really crazy.
And little kids want to be grown so bad. Like
so bad.
Dude, there's this girl in my class and she's always putting on makeup and everything. And I'm like, always like, hey, I want to tell her, be like, adults don't do that. They don't put on makeup in the middle of class like that. But she came up to me today and she's like, I'm really excited for Christmas. And I was like, cool. I was like, you know what you're getting? And she was like, yeah, I think I'm going to get Ugg boots. And then I'm also going to get a little bit of money. I'm going to get like a sweater. And she's like, thinks in her brain, like, I'm slaying. I'm an adult. You know what I mean? But it's like, she doesn't realize like you are still a kid. And when you're a kid, you think about what it's going to be like whenever you grow up your whole life. You dress up like a
You
doctor.
can't wait to
You
grow
pretend to
up.
be a lawyer, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, it's going to be awesome. I can drive, and I get to have my own house. And oh my gosh, we have a good friend of ours that's actually outside. So yeah. Speaking,
in a
we're actually
minute.
talking about kids right now, and one of our friends just stuck their head in the window and stuck their butt against the screen. That's what's great about being a comic
Yes.
is you actually get a chance to
It's jokes all the time.
relive your thing as a kid, because we are like adult children. I wish we could invite them in here and they could just pop on, but you know, we're literally talking about how kids. I wish open the door for a second. Open the door. We're literally talking about how kids, you don't have to grow up. And I was like, it sucks being an adult. And then you guys come over and you're like, it was like perfect timing, you know? So thank you for your service. You know, we're trying to get out of it. That's why we're doing a podcast. So we can quit doing this service.
We try to blow up.
Yeah.
LeCompte Middle School in Hollywood.
Where do you teach?
Theater.
Yeah. Theater and Van
You all
Nuys.
teach theater?
Me and Zoe do.
Yeah.
And then
Math.
Chris is teaching math. You know?
My sister teaches
So-
teachers how to teach.
Oh, really?
She teaches teachers how to
She
teach.
got out of the classroom.
Good for her,
She gave
dude.
up. Yeah.
She went to the
Coward.
she went to the
She's a
Yeah.
cat. She said
Yeah, she don't
coward.
have any
Say,
grit
no, I
to
don't wanna
her.
do this. No.
She teaches at a college now.
Dude, it really is
Oh.
like being in Vietnam, because like when teachers eventually they get like fried. There was this lady, I was like, I thought that she had like some sort of autoimmune thing because she was like shaking. Her nerves are just fried from teaching like middle school.
Oh wow.
Jamar used to be
You know?
a teacher.
Who? Jamar? Yeah, I know.
Our neighbors.
Jamar Neighbors, yeah.
Jamar Neighbors
is
a teacher?
Yeah.
Wow. I would never thought
He
that.
walked out of his classroom and never came back.
Which is
That's-
insane. Yeah,
that
he
is
just was he
hilarious.
subbing or was he teaching?
I think he was teaching.
He
Oh
was
my
just
God.
teaching. Dude, that's actually a pretty awesome move. That's like the beginning of a movie.
exactly. I'm out of here.
Oh, Jamar.
I'm done.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Yeah.
good to see you.
Peace out.
Good seeing you.
Peace
Love
out.
you guys.
Miss you guys.
Yeah, hit me up. Hit me up, yo.
Can I come do the speech at your class and pretend I'm something else?
Yeah, 100%. I'll be like, this is Barbara Montgomery. And then they'll just be like, she's an Academy Award winning actress. Yeah, they're
That's
all,
funny.
they all don't watch Netflix at all. Like,
What'd you say?
Can I come pretend I'm a mathematician to your
Oh my God, please.
you really
Everyone,
could.
this is Neil deGrasse Tyson. Give
This
it up
is-
for Neil deGrasse Tyson.
yeah, this is Neilette.
Neil.
Degrassi Tyson.
Like an accountant.
I like it.
You really could come and
No,
pretend to be.
Absolutely.
In a wig that's falling off.
Yeah, no, we
I
just
taught that Mr. Jones everything he knows.
just a frazzled acting
Love you guys.
teacher.
Sorry.
All right.
No,
See you
you're
guys.
good. See you later.
That was actually two of our comic friends. But that's the awesome part about
Funny.
doing comedy is I do
Yeah.
feel like it's interesting because those are the overlaps between comedy and teaching, because like
Yeah.
you are kind of an adult child in a sense
Yeah.
when you do comedy. Like you're holding on to that.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
because
but
it's
that,
the-
that
it's the-
also
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Can I say something?
ahead.
But that goes to show you, like, two comics coming up, and just there's a big part of us as comics. We didn't want to grow up.
We didn't.
We just
know.
still wanted to just clown around
We just want to have
and
fun.
just have a good time.
Yeah.
Because I think what happens is you have some form of I hate how you're always like the sad clown, but you have like some form of trauma in your childhood
Yeah. Yeah.
that makes you a comic, and so you overcompensate for laughter, and like you
Mm.
seek that joy, and it's like a little pocket that you get like stuck in.
But
I just didn't. I
you
just
know what I
didn't
mean?
want to grow up, and I thought comedy was. Chris Rock, his first two specials
Yeah.
changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, wait, you can be smart
Yeah.
and funny,
Absolutely.
because George Carlin was funny,
Joe
but
Carlin's a
Chris
beast.
Rock was like, his entertainment value was through the roof too.
He would be silly, and he was smart,
and you're like,
funny,
oh my
yeah.
God.
No, he just told the truth, though. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
But
He told the truth.
but that's the thing that makes you a great comic is telling the truth without being an asshole, or telling the truth in a funny way. Because you could come up to somebody and be like, that sweater's ugly and I hate it, and it's like, and you look weird, and it's like, and that's why your parents left you, and the people are like,
Well, that's just rude.
"Jeez,
That's just rude.
that's
and
just
mean.
rude."
That's me.
But with comedy, it's like you tell the truth, and there's still an element, because the truth is rude.
yeah.
Truth
Well,
is rude,
it
but you
depends.
you pat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the whole bit with Chris Rock where he's talking about like Marion Barry. He's like, he smoked crack and he got his job back. And he's like, if you get caught smoking crack at McDonald's, you can't get your job back. You know what I mean? And it's
Mhm.
like you tell the truth, but in a funny way. But
But you
that's
but you also talk about your pain too. We make fun of our pain. That's what comedy's about. What are we going through? We could talk about our pain and make fun
yeah,
of it. So it's actually a therapy session on stage.
it is.
We can let loose whatever we think about. If it's relationships, if it's parents, if things we going through, we can share it on stage and not really care about it no more.
Sometimes I'm at my funniest whenever I'm like just exhausted by life.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Because it's like I have so much to talk about, and there's like an element of letting go. And that's something I think that overlaps in teaching too, because Chris told me, I remember you told me, you go, the number one goal in teaching is not to inspire. You told me, you go, it's to protect your mental health. And then you were like, because if you protect your mental health, you can be there for longer, basically.
Oh yeah,
That's
your
like,
number one job is to take care of your mental health.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
100%.
take mental help for yourself or in
For
school.
yourself. So the reason why is because so many teachers get burned out, and so many teachers, it's hard not to take things personally. And then when you take things personally, you hold on to it, you take it home, right? And then you just feel awful. And then
Absolutely.
now you're not wanting to come to school,
Yeah.
whatever. So as long as you can learn to let go
Absolutely.
and make sure that you're grounded, school's not so bad. Even the kid that's causing all the problems isn't that bad when you really think
Think
about
about
it,
it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Because you just learn how to deal with that kid.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
just like, for me, I think I've told you guys this before. The first time that I reprimand or correct a kid's behavior, I'm silly about it. The first time, like if someone has their foot on a chair, I go, right, and then they go, oh, I'm sorry. Now the second time, that's when I'm bringing a little bit more thunder,
What the hell? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But if you're holding on to all that stuff, and then you see instead of going, it's just a foot on a chair, you're thinking another foot on the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And I've realized it's so interesting too, because I used to raise my voice a lot. The more sociopathic I am when I just talk very quiet, and I'm like, 3. I'll be like, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. And I just talk like in a very small whisper that like they shut up.
Yeah, and you
It's like
feel
it's
better.
yeah, and then it's like you're like very calm, but it's also
Yeah.
kind of scary too, because it's like there's something creepy about, I think it's called the gray rock method,
Yeah.
where you just don't let something emotionally affect you.
Yeah,
You
you
just
can't.
stay like zzz,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Because I mean, if a kid know they're affecting you, they're gonna keep doing it.
Some kids,
100%.
yes.
Some kids, yeah.
Some kids don't keep doing it.
Because a little girl told me that.
That makes them get some type of validation for whatever they're doing.
And they want to put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
If you like blow up, it's like my teacher's having a
I
bad
got my
day.
teacher. I got him.
I get my teacher to blow up.
Yeah,
you know?
because they live. Some kids live for that, to piss a teacher off because they're pissed. Whatever's going on at home, they want to take it out.
Yeah,
on
they're
you.
playing hot potato with their pain.
Yeah, absolutely. But if I feel like sometimes you're just super cool and you just that cool teacher, things blow off you and you don't let things stress you out. Sometimes you got to outsmart a kid. You have to really outsmart a kid. A kid can be doing something bad, be like, yo, you must thought you was cool doing that, huh? You thought all the people like you. You could get more friends. You think girls like you. You gotta play mental things with kids.
Yes.
Reverse psychology, because if you make them understand that was just stupid what they just did, they're never gonna do it again.
And the other thing too is it's like it's it's self mastery. Like the more you don't let, because kids will test your boundaries. You're like, hey, I don't want you to eat in my class. They will eat in your class again, because it's like they will test your boundaries. And then that's why you told me, Chris, you're like, that's why you just have to put a rule, enforce it, and not be emotional about it. And it's like, I understand. My dad was a master at that. Like when I was a kid, I'd be like, why can't I do this? And my dad would be like, because I said so. And then he was like, I'm not going to argue with an 11-year-old.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, my dad, he would just be like, I'd
Just
be like,
picturing
why?
you 11, but still having the mustache.
Oh no, dude. I definitely do. I had a bowl cut
Little Matt.
and buck teeth. I look like the kid that lived in between walls. Like
That's funny.
I had like a bowl cut and like big like chiclets. You know those cartoons where the piano falls on the kid and, and like the piano keys come out of the mouth, like in the cartoon?
Yeah.
My teeth, when I would close my mouth in picture day, my teeth were like sticking out of my lips.
Well, how your teeth?
Like
You had braces?
I had braces, yeah.
Me too.
I had braces
Yeah,
because
me too.
I had wacky wild teeth.
Really?
It was,
Mine was pretty bad too.
where yours like
Nah, mine was just like a big old gap. Like it was just big.
you could just put a cheeseburger between them.
Yes, it was big. Yeah.
I remember even my grandma. My grandma borderline called me ugly when I was a kid because I got braces, and she was like, "Oh," she goes, "We're so glad that you got that fixed." And I was like, "We're plural." The adults are
Who
talking
else?
about like, be like he was a disgusting little boy, you know.
It's bad.
So, but yeah, I think I am really looking forward to this break. I think that I need it, and I think that's one of the benefits of being a teacher is because we're thrown in the mix with this gigantic cesspool called public school, and they're like, let's give the teachers a break too. It's so weird, dude, that when you tell people you're a teacher, it almost garners more respect than when you tell them you're a comic, because it's like this thank you for your service thing. Like,
Yeah,
because
because
everybody's always like, oh my gosh, you're teaching. It's like, that's a grind. Like everybody kind of
they respect it
intrinsically
more.
knows.
Yeah, different respect. I tell somebody what I'm doing, and oh, that's really good. I tell somebody comic, like, oh, okay, good. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about that.
No.
But if you tell somebody you're a teacher, like, wow, how long you been doing that?
Yeah.
So it's a different story. Yeah.
It totally is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 3 weeks it's perfect in the middle of the year. You know, having the 3 weeks off.
It's like a reset. Because the kids get a little nutty around that time too.
Yeah, absolutely.
They start like more stuff starts breaking because you're locking them they're eating that prison cafeteria food, and you know you're locking them in a room
and we
all
only,
day long.
You know, coming out of Thanksgiving break, it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe this week, like how crazy some of the 7th graders have been acting. I had more kids in my room that I had to hold into lunch than I have all year. It was insane. Like usually I could write down maybe over the course of a week 3 to 4 students on a Post-it note.
Okay.
I filled up 2 Post-it notes today of kids. I think at one point I had
That's funny.
At one point I had 10 kids that I was holding in. Everything but I always do something that's educational while they're in there. But like I couldn't believe it. Like it just boggled my mind. One of the things I don't understand, and I wish I could get deep into the psychology of this, is you say to a kid, they're doing something, and then you try to correct the behavior. They don't change. And you go, okay, if you do that again, you're going to owe me 5 minutes of iReady time at lunch. I don't care. Okay, you just made it 10 because now you're yelling at me. And then they keep jawing, and you're adding more minutes.
They don't really care.
And they don't care.
They don't care.
And I went, what level are you? They operate.
That's level 10 psychopath, dude. You know, it's like on 60 Minutes when it's like, yeah, I killed that guy. And then he's just like looking at the camera, and it's like, you're going to jail forever. He's like, so what? That's like the same mentality.
I swear to God, I actually say to the kids, I just go, well, clearly you really like hanging out with me.
Yeah.
You know, and because that's the truth. And my new favorite saying is this, and I saw it on Twitter.
Okay.
And I know you guys have heard this. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
I'm using that in the classroom now.
Really?
I go, yeah. You want to play stupid games? Win stupid prizes. And then you can stay. And the look
on their face
when I use the word stupid twice.
Dude, stupid is a cuss word to them. I don't know why, but like if I'm like, hey guys, that is a very dumb thing to do. I told someone the other day, he threw something up like the ceiling. I go, that was stupid. And he's like, oh my gosh, he just said stupid. Like, why is that a controversial? Are we not supposed to say stupid anymore?
Yeah, I just love saying that now.
Stupid. It's a great word.
It's the word. It's like call somebody goofy.
Why is that bad?
Stupid is like goofy in kids' terms.
But so
stupid, like they're goofy.
Here's the thing, though. I never call a kid stupid.
Oh no.
But what I will no. But what I will say is, you're making a very stupid choice right now. And then I'll ask them, "Are you I go, "Are you smart?" And they go, "Yeah." I go, "Then why are you making a stupid choice?"
Yeah, they don't want to associate with that.
But sometimes, dude, kids, they will I think it's like a manipulation thing. They will twist something around it. Like, here's the thing. A lot of times when I hear a kid say, "Well, my teacher called me stupid when I was in 4th grade." I'm not saying that doesn't happen because it does happen
Yeah.
to certain
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But sometimes I often wonder if that kid was just taking the words and being like,
100%.
because there was one day there was a kid. He goes, "You hate me." And I go, "What?" He goes, "You said you hated me." I said, no, I didn't even use the word hate, or I didn't even say I was annoyed. And I go, "Where are you getting that?" He goes, "The way that you looked at me." And so the way that I looked at him made him say in his
He
brain,
created in his mind.
he said that he hated me.
Yeah, he created that. Yeah.
And so I was like, "What? No."
yeah.
I was just frustrated because
Yeah.
he was acting crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So
you ever
it's
notice
interesting.
how so many rappers are like every rapper's had the same
Oh, Biggie?
teacher.
These are all
rap-
like my
my
teachers who said that wasn't going to be anything.
Yeah, every rapper told me I wasn't going to amount to anything. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, how is it that every
was all a
rapper gets
dream. I used to
gets the
read Word
same
Up
teacher?
magazine.
I
Yeah,
guarantee
that's
what
making
they,
the best rappers in
guarantee
Atlanta.
That's
what
very
they said.
interesting.
They probably said this.
I do believe some. I do believe some teachers probably told some kids they never go be something. It depending on
I
the
do
school.
too.
It
But I'm
depends on
just
the
saying,
school
I wonder
system,
how
public.
much of it is that versus interpretation.
Versus them actually going,
Interpretation.
if you continue act like, if I say to the kids, you know, guys, if you don't show up on time, if you don't do the work, what job do you think is going to be available to you?
Yeah.
I'm yeah, you're gonna continue on a path. You won't be able to do anything in the real world. My
Facts.
teacher told me I'm a loser and I wouldn't amount to anything. That's not even
Kids
what I
do
said.
hear it that way though, because I think they don't understand the logical. I'm really careful about how I say certain things because I know they don't understand the logical thing sometimes. But it's like, no matter what, they're gonna misinterpret things. that
Well,
you
but
say.
you
know
don't
what
think
I'm
there's
saying?
some teachers that really would say that?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
Yeah, it's some
100%.
teachers that really would say that. That this-
100%.
we're smart, educated. We just know better not to say dumb things.
Of
But it's
course.
some teachers that really don't care. They're gonna say whatever they want.
Well, dude, teachers used to beat the kids.
yeah.
So it's like,
it hurt the
of-
kids. Yeah,
I do believe that does happen.
yeah, for sure.
I'm just saying, I don't think that every person who says that their teacher said that's what happened. I think that they might have taken something and ran with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, I believe
Yeah.
that. I would love to like do a toll on this and just kind of find out about that.
I would
but-
love to too, but the teacher
yeah.
would never admit it either. It's like, did you call Billy Jr. a loser? And it's
A
like, no.
meathead.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the school.
Uh-huh.
If you go to school in the hood, guarantee you that
Dude.
teacher call you stupid.
Latosh,
Yes,
I don't want
that
to say her
teacher
name.
call
but-
you stupid. But like, if you went to school in the suburbs, maybe not. They just took it the wrong way. So I think it depends on the school you're
Yeah.
at.
Dude, the
Yeah.
dean who was going to come here tonight, she's so funny. She was like,
Yeah.
she'll say things. She'll be like, I'm from South Central. She'll always tell the kids that. She'll be like, don't run up on me like that. Like when kids walk, but she's funny,
Yeah.
you know? And then she'll say things. She'll be like, "Dear Jesus," it's like, "Help me not to bust this kid upside his head."
See.
Like
Mhm.
but she's
It
joking.
teaches, but the
But
kids
she
love
gets
that.
dude, they
The
love her.
kids
They
love
love
that.
her.
It's fun.
They love her.
Yeah.
And then she'll say stuff like, she'll say crazy stuff.
yeah.
She'll be like, "You come here," and then she's like, "Me?" He's like, "No, you with grown woman face."
Oh,
She-
that's funny,
Dude, she says she talks crazy, but the kids love her. But the thing is, they need it because she went to school at this school that she's a dean at. So she went to middle school there.
Okay.
She went back and became the dean.
Yeah.
And
Are
she
you
taught,
serious?
Yeah, she taught in Atlanta, Georgia, and then but she is from this middle school,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
and so
She came back to connect it with the kids.
she came
though.
back
Yeah.
and so she knows a lot of these kids, like they're not getting discipline at home. So she's like, I'm like, "What'd you do with blah blah blah?" And she's like, I made him pick up trash like a prisoner. And then
Really?
like she was like, and her mom
Uh-huh.
called me and said that that's not fair.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I'm helping your kid,
Yeah, absolutely.
because he doesn't see any repercussions to, so she's tough. But yeah, she's from the hood, dude.
Well, she gets it.
She's
You
from
know,
South Central, and so she's.
I know teachers like that. I know several teachers. They just say what they want. It's not disrespectful, but it could be like stupid.
Mhm.
But the kids love it.
Dude, it's an
Because
art
there's no-
though. You have to be that teacher.
Yeah, but
You
it's
know what I
no
mean?
fear zone. It's no fear.
Yeah.
If you've been doing this for so long, you know what to say.
Mhm.
Y'all just
She's been teaching for
started.
like 20 years.
Yeah, she gets it. She
Mhm.
gets it. She knows what she can get away with.
She's a
100%.
Jedi master, though.
Yeah.
She is, dude. She called one of the kids. She goes, "You." She goes, "Midget." It's like crazy. She'll be like, and then she'll say stuff like, "Boy," she's like, "I'll pick you up and put you in a stroller."
See, the kids love it. They think it's funny.
They laugh.
They
but
think it's
Yeah,
funny.
they love it.
Yeah.
They love it. She's awesome.
I got teachers like that. Daphne's like that. One of my teachers like that. Just funny.
Uh-huh.
From the west side of Chicago, but she says whatever. I need to bring her on the guest on the show too, but she's stupid.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, she's funny.
We should.
Yeah, she says whatever to the kids. They love her. It's like a love and hate relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they hate her but love her at the same time.
Yeah, that's the way this is because
Yeah.
since she's the dean, she's the disciplinarian. So
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
know as soon as she walks in that their parents are going to get called.
Yeah.
They're going to get in trouble.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, she does that like delicate balance and like makes them laugh because she's taught for like 20 years or something like that.
Oh,
you
she's the
know,
pro,
so-
bro. Like she's the
Yeah.
pro. Like she could teach this.
Yeah,
She does this.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, so
How to,
yeah,
how to insult people and make
how to insult people and how to make friends and insult people.
yeah, something
Instead
like
of how to
that.
win friends and influence.
Yeah.
people,
First of
how to
all,
make friends
you
and
got
insult
I
people.
got friends like that. We all got friends like that who will insult you.
Dude, David
but it's still
Lucas.
funny. Yeah.
David Lucas.
Yeah.
Dude, David Lucas does that to strangers. We have a friend who will insult people.
Roast everybody.
And he'll be like, why your head shaped like that? To like just a random stranger. And the person will start laughing.
And they would go
They
to
will
hear
laugh.
that. They go to hear that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
people
So,
step
all right,
on stage to be like, hey,
roast it.
I want him to roast me.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's like it's a delicate balance though. But education is so politically correct that you have to know the kids and like who you have to be like you have to know the school really well. I feel
And
like
and the kid that you're talking to.
and the kid that you're talking to.
You have to know
She
the ki- you
knows
have to know
these
the
kids
kid.
really well.
Yeah, you have
She
to know
knows
the
all
kid.
of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the people I know. They know the kids, so they can say whatever to the kids. They know the kids.
Uh-huh.
You guys don't know the kids. Well, you know your classroom, but you ain't been there for years. Where you know everything.
Dude, I've been
about
there
the
for
child.
6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, I was subbing before, but you know, like
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this specific
art.
location. 6 months, yeah. So we have a winter break coming up. Do you guys have anything that you want to do in this time? I guess maybe we can close out on that you just really want to do. What's your intention for these 3 weeks, this break? Do you have an intention?
An intention?
Yeah, as they say in LA, we're being all like LA, like what's your intention for the
Yeah,
break?
I wouldn't call
No,
it.
what's your what's the central, like Blue's Clues? What's the word of the day? Relax, recharge. I'm going to write more comedy material. I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm just going to unplug. Like, what's your?
know,
know,
I'm
your MO.
currently going through, got 3 hours worth of material.
Nice.
And so,
comedy? Yeah.
yeah, because I've done so many versions of talking about one aspect of my life. And so I'm just kind of putting that together. It'll probably be like a 15-minute chunk when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
But it's so much. I really need, I'm halfway done.
That's nice.
And then,
Gotcha.
but still, then it's like, okay, putting it in a even a better order, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
That, and then, just enjoying myself. Not really.
Yeah.
I won't be checking my school email, nothing.
Absolutely, yeah.
I
Of
won't
course
be
not.
thinking about
No.
school.
No. What about you?
Just to really get same thing he's saying. Just get back to myself, man. I give so much to the kids. I'm over like a lot of schools, so I give so much energy that I don't have time for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like always on the go, stress. On top of just life in general, I'm just really go. And I haven't had time to really like meditate, sit with myself, write, what I'm saying? Just really journal. I like to journal a lot.
Dude, same.
Yeah. And I haven't had time to journal.
Yeah,
So
me
this
neither.
time I'm just gonna really give back to myself and just center myself, focus on the show, what I'm saying? The show we got going on, focus on myself, post more. Because sometimes with jobs we have is a really big demand because we give so much of our energy to the kids. And sometimes we forget about ourselves. I know I forget about myself. Because when I don't halfway do anything. If I'm gonna give you love,
Same.
I'm gonna give you all my love. If I'm doing a project, I'm fully focused on that project.
Same.
So it's hard for me just to do halfway shit. I can't. I have to go all the way with it. So right now I just want to just feel time to really just focus on me, chill, meditate, maybe go to church, what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just do some things for myself that I need to do. I just want balance. And sometimes what we do, we forget about ourselves. But I want to just get balance to myself and just really just focus on me the whole time. You know, I might travel,
100%.
I might go out of town. I don't know, but I just want to have fun and just tap back into Zoe.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of the perfect answer, man.
Yeah.
It's the same, dude. It's writing material, working on comedy stuff. Writing because I'm going to be in Southern Illinois, so I'm not going to be around stand up. I'm going to be away from it. I'm not going to be out of
It's
LA.
actually a comedy station in Carbondale.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What place are you talking about?
Because you're from you're by SIU,
15
right?
minutes from Carbondale. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a comedy.
I forget. Did you go to Carbondale?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
It's a comedy thing. Well, it wasn't out there when I was out there, but it's a comedy spot out there now in Carbondale
Right now.
right now.
What's it called?
Remember to tell you later. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, apparently doing that if they have it down there.
Yeah.
But writing, but also too, I'm in the process of getting credentialed as a teacher. So I'm
Nice.
getting ready to start the schooling for that. So really focusing on that. I feel like I'm really trying to pack a lot into this next year. There's so many things that, because I really do have like a full life right now. We have this podcast, doing stand up, and beforehand it was like stand up every night. Now I'm probably 3 to 4 nights a week. Because I've had to, I have to focus on the other stuff. I have my relationship. I have, I want to see my parents. My niece just had surgery.
Oh.
And so she actually had it at Cedars-Sinai this week. She's in LA.
Oh, she's in LA. Okay.
Yeah. She had spinal surgery. She had to get like a rod or like I'm butchering it, but she had to get something put in.
Her back?
And so yeah. And so it's actually the #1 pediatrician, like spinal surgeon, because my sister and her husband like just did a bunch of research. So she's gonna be okay, but it's like visiting family.
Okay.
And yeah, kind of echoing your response, getting back to like my center, because I'm a giver.
Mm-hmm.
I can give away a lot.
Yeah.
And I have to be like conscious of that and recharge, because it's like
Nothing for yourself.
I'm pretty in tune now to tell who is trying to bleed me dry, because sometimes there's people who they sense that it's like a vampire sniffing blood and they will try to
Absolutely.
exploit that. And there's people who are master manipulators. But now, as long as I stay in touch with myself, I can sense those people.
Facts.
I can feel them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, dude, why do I feel exhausted after being
Yeah.
around this person? Sometimes you
Yes.
can't even put your finger on it. It's like
Absolutely.
they're taking your energy. Like, remember in Hocus Pocus, whenever they like, Bette Midler's like, and just starts like harvesting, and then it's like
Yeah.
that's what some people do,
They do.
and so it's like just making sure that I take care of myself and breathe. So
We have to.
yeah.
We have to, because listen, we all are artists at the same time, so we give a lot, but we also got to give a lot back to ourselves.
100%, dude.
Always.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, guys, you might see us. We might have one more episode before the break, but we've got so many recorded. You guys, you're not gonna miss a week from us. We're gonna keep pumping these out. So, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, leave a review on iTunes or Spotify. Share us.
And Chris is single. He looking for a girlfriend. So y'all, single
you're
moms out
in a
there.
relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
single
Zoe's in a
moms,
relationship.
you know what
I'm in a
saying?
relationship.
You know,
Chris, this dude is a Mac daddy.
the
so I
man,
don't know.
the man
I don't
right
know where
here.
he
Listen.
is the man.
Listen, so DMs.
He is. His DMs are open.
Yeah,
His DMs are open.
say what's up.
All right, y'all. God bless. Bye.
Peace.
Thanks.